And it's created debate now about should there be a plan B from the start? Does there need to be more adaptation within games? Look, tonight I don't think anyone's arguing that Ipswich should start with a back three and be defence-minded against Charlton at home. Middlesbrough away is a different conversation, actually. That you can argue go there and show a little bit more respect to a team that's, tipped to be up there and has started the season well. But at home against Charlton, you have to play on the front foot and attack-minded football, but it's the reaction within the game, and it's this running towards adversity mantra. It's the way they fell apart tonight in that second half was infuriating.
It was, and it's just the basics of football, and it's the intangibles, and it sounds a bit kind of wishy-washy and silly sometimes to talk about it, but it's things like fight, desire, tracking your man, tracking the runner, not backing off when someone runs at you. You can sometimes make errors, but if you're showing that you're brave and trying to take the initiative, then you will get the respect, and people will say, look, okay, it didn't work for us tonight, but it's this or it's this. But this was a case of the fight and the passion just didn't seem there, and players switching off. And the bit that encompasses it in my mind, I don't want to kind of single him out, but it was what really stuck out as kind of a symbol of this match was Kayusta for the third goal, where he just stops running and lets the attacker just create the chance that they go and score from. And there were too many chances and too many times that happened. And you talk about the centre-backs, for example, passing out. These are not complex things. These are not things that should be too hard to ask for a group of players, let alone the most expensive squad in the Championship.
I think there was a point also from an attacking point of view in that second half where Ipswich got a corner at 3-0 down. There's still a fair bit of time left. No one seemed to want to take it. The North Stand were going, come on, just go and take it. And in the end, sort of Nunes sauntered over towards it. And there was that sort of typified the body language tonight. There's ways to lose football matches. And as Kieran McKenna said, that was unacceptable tonight. And they need to show a reaction now because we're 10 games in. Ipswich, I think, are down to 13th now. We're fast approaching the sort of the quarter of the season mark, aren't we? Talk of kind of gelling will only last for so long. Look, I still think this is a team that will score goals over time. That the depth of the squad will stand them in good stead as the games come thick and fast. It's a blessing and it's also a curse because it's 7 changes tonight, and the fear is you're not going to settle on what his best team is. And it's not going to help. That was the problem in the Premier League, constant chopping and changing. Yes, a lot of that was injury related, but during those back-to-back promotions, that team rolled off the tongue, didn't it? And it was all about chemistry and camaraderie, and we saw that in abundance from Charlton tonight. It's not there from an Ipswich point of view at the moment, and the quicker he can settle on a team, I think, the better, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. And already, if you look to what would you go with against West Brom, look, we'll have this debate 1,001 times between now and Saturday 12:30, but a bit before then, it then just becomes difficult. And then you're in a position of looking at players that are in form, and then you get to a point where, well, the performances are there. So who is a player in form at the moment? Jack Clark, I thought was quite good tonight, but then you're trying to build your best team and build one that will deal with their threats, their strengths and their weaknesses, and it becomes so difficult to create something that will gel, to get players into the right space. Well, we've got this player, but we need to get him up to speed, but he's not quite up to speed, so do we put him in, knowing that he might not quite be there, but we do need to get him there? It's such a hard balance to find, and Ipswich just feel like they're so far off from finding that balance of creating a well-gelled, organised side that is able to go out there week in, week out and deliver consistent performances.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of tactical chat now and pulling apart Kieran McKenna's subs and starting 11s and tactics. Tonight for me just boils down to mentality and personality, and that wasn't good enough, and a reaction is needed on Saturday against West Brom. Lunchtime here at Portman Road. We'll see you then.